Mr. Speaker, sir, the crisis in Samburu reminds me of the crisis in Northern Ireland, where they have no government, but they do have civil servants who are tasked with the daily running of the operations. I think it's about time that we in this House come up with legislation that can be able to ensure that whether or not we politicians are in office, or whether people who are appointed by politicians remain in office, county governments continue operating. Because yes, I support Senator Mtula on the issue of having a lacuna in law in terms of, state officers and public officers stepping aside when they are charged. My biggest concern, though, is that I saw that in the case of Migori, for instance, although the governor is charged with murder, well, he was free, he went back and is now running the county. We now have another situation whereby the governor of Samburu has been given a bail of about cash bail of about 100 million. In the event that that governor is able to collect that money, this crisis that we are talking about here, it will just be something which will remain in court. He will go back there and continue running the county because nothing stops him from doing it. So I think now it is about time that we in this House come up with proper legislation. There was a case in Nakuru where a court decided that a governor could not fire a CEC. The situation here in Nairobi is something which is very awkward because we're seeing everybody is acting. I think it's about time that we in this House rise up to the occasion because we are the defenders of devolution. We are the defendants of county governments. The reason why some people normally sit down there and they worship the governor as if he's everything is because of the power of money. We were in Samburu, Mr. Speaker, sir, and we could be able to see that some people were afraid of even talking when the governor was there. But when the governor was not there, even someone else would be able to give us more information. But the moment the governor is there, he retracts everything that he had said. So I think we should take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, sir, and try to come up with legislations that we can expedite. And this is why, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think the people who are drafting this constitution, really failed Kenya. They failed Kenya because they refused or they failed to give this House, which is the defender of counties, original jurisdictions on legislation. There's no way that even on legislations that affect counties, yet we are the defenders of counties, we have to send our legislation proposal to the National Assembly before it can be assented into law. It is about time that we broaden the conversation that we are having. If it is in terms of amending the Constitution, it will be good at the Senate to be able to have that original jurisdictions on legislation. This is the only way that we can be able to progress. I also know that in this Constitution, it gives us an opportunity, national government and county government, to be able to share functions. Where certain functions cannot be delivered by the national government, they can be, with arrangement, they can be able to share with the county government. But with this current situation, I hold a different view, and I don't subscribe to the school of thought that believe that a county government can be suspended, because that will bring in a lot of crisis. Article 92, I don't believe that whatever is happening right now in Samburu meet the threshold of the exceptional circumstances. The challenge we have now is the position where the Speaker, when you read the Constitution, he only says that the Speaker can take over in the event that there is a vacancy and there is no deputy governor for, pending an election. I don't think there's anything that stops the Speaker currently from at least making sure that everything that happens in the county continues operating. We've got serious institutions. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, I would like to urge the investigating agencies and also plead with the courts to be able to expedite this, because I'm a firm believer that by the time you go to court, you have a tight case that you don't need to waste a lot of time to be able to really prosecute it. So I would like to urge the courts, the investigating agencies, the DPP, to actually run this prosecution quickly so that the people of Samburu can be able to get justice. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.